Hello everyone, so I recently bought some books and some of them are very small, so I'm going to do a reading vlog and see how many of the new books I can read. I don't know how many books I'll read, I don't know if any, but I'm hoping I will at least one. And so the first three books that I'm going to try to get through is Gwendy's Magic Feather. This is the sequel to Gwendy's Button Box by Richard Chismar. I'm probably butchering that. I really liked Button Box, and see, it's like 200 pages. The other book I want to read is Stephen King The Mist. It's like 160 pages. And then the other one I want to try to get through is A House at the Bottom of the Lake by Josh Malerman. He also wrote Bird Box, and I like Bird Box. I didn't like Mallory, the sequel to Bird Box. It's like 180 pages. And so those are the books that I want to try to get through this week and see if I can just knock all these books off in a week. Sometimes I'm really good at reading and can do it, and sometimes I just get distracted, so maybe I can read more, maybe I don't get through any, I don't know. Happy 420 everyone. It is around 4 o'clock. I haven't read yet, but I did get the first dose of my vaccine. Moderna. Yay! Everyone, get your vaccine, but if you're watching Book Talk, I'm assuming you're smart, so you already know to get your vaccine, but just in case, get your vaccine. So I'm going to start reading now. I'm on page 83. I read some yesterday, so like almost halfway through. It's pretty good so far. It's not as great as the first one, but I'm expecting it hopefully to pick up a little, because this is when Gwendy is much older and she's like a senator, and so it's pretty interesting learning, how she grew up and all the wonderful things she was able to get and do because of the box, but also like lots of horrible things happened because of the box. So, and she just got it back. She hasn't seen the man yet. We just went into her office and there it was. So she hasn't done anything with it yet. So I'm expecting it to pick up when she does, because, no one can fight that temptation. So I'll check back in later. It is Wednesday around 3, and I'm starting to pick this up now. I did last night get to page 116, so that was great. I was just celebrating Derek Chauvin was found guilty. Thank God. I was so afraid, because, America. I could see them letting him go, even though he murdered someone, and we all saw it. I took a bath last night, so I read a little then. She hasn't used the box yet, but it's still interesting because these kids are missing in the town, and she was trying to help with the investigation. And while she was on a search, they come across his hat. And so now she's wondering if, he had something to do with it, and does the box have something to do with it? So I'm curious where this is going to end and how, the box and all that's involved. So I'm going to pick this up, and I got a little reading buddy. This is Naomi. It's all gloomy, it's cold and raining outside, so that's why it's like I'm in bed and cuddled up. One of those relaxing days. So I have finished this book. It's about 10 o'clock and I finished it. I gave it a 3-star, I think. It was okay. It wasn't as great as the first one. I liked the first one. This was still good, but it wasn't really related to the first book. It is because it's about Gwendy and there's the box, but it's more of a mystery of missing kids, and the box isn't as ominous as the first book, and it had less to do with the box and more of a mystery, which I like mysteries, so I did like it, but not as a sequel to this first book. But for now, I'm gonna do this paint by numbers. I've gotten into paint by numbers recently during quarantine. This one's gonna be a Dalmatian. It is Thursday. Oh my gosh, I don't know what date it is. Hold on. It is Thursday, April 12th, and I'm on page 56 of The Mist. Things are starting to get good. The mist just appeared, and people are scared. and I can see why. Like, they're screaming and you can't really see what happens to them, but you know it's not good. And now they're trapped in like a supermarket because they just had like a big storm, and so the power's out and it's really, really hot. So I can't even imagine, like, some people are already like stir crazy. So I'm probably gonna read this pretty quick because it's very short and it's already getting good. So I know the basic concept of The Mist because I've seen the movie years and years ago. I don't even really remember it. I only remember the ending because the ending was so fucked up. And I know the ending is not the same because in the book, because Stephen King even said that he wished he wrote the ending like they did in the movie. But that's all I remember because tentacles came out of like the fog, and it says the size of a grass snake. So I did not know that the thing in the mist had like tentacles or something. I don't know what I thought it was, but I didn't think tentacles. I didn't even think monster. I just thought like the mist itself was, but there's something in the mist that has tentacles. Don't remember them in the movie. But I don't remember the movie at all, so, except the ending. So that's interesting. Now I'm curious to know what the heck it is. It is Sunday and I'm on page 100. I didn't do much reading yesterday, but I only have 64 pages. So hopefully I will get it done by tonight. Yesterday I didn't do much reading because I was hanging things on my wall and I was painting. I was hanging up things like this on my wall. They're not straight. I don't care. My room is always, things in my room is crooked, but I saw on TikTok like the glass painting thing. So I painted this. It's not very good, but I like it for my first try because I used the wrong like black markers and the wrong technique, so it like got all smudgy, the blackness. But I like it. But that's what I was doing and didn't read. So they're still in the supermarket, and some of the people just didn't listen to the guys who saw the tentacles and decided to leave. And all they heard was screaming, and so those people died. But I'm curious to see if they get out of the supermarket or what it is. I only have 64 pages, but I like it. It's not going to be like my favorite Stephen King book, but it's a good short story. They described the creatures because they could see it, and I still have no idea what the creatures look like because very confusing and can't picture it, what it looks like kind of description and creature. And then I think another one flies. I think there were more than just one because he said it's like a tentacle, and then there was like bugs with wings. Okay, I just googled creature mist like concept art, and I saw some, and yeah, that's creepy and gross. Okay, now I hate the main character guy. So he said I looked over at Amanda. I was developing an uncomfortably strong feeling for her. Uncomfortable, but not exactly unpleasant. Her eyes were incredible, brilliant green. For a while, I kept an eye on her to see if she was going to take out a pair of contact lenses, but apparently the color was true. I wanted to make love to her. My wife was at home, maybe alive, more probably dead, alone either way. I loved her. I wanted to get Billy, his son, and me back to her more than anything. But I also wanted to screw this lady named Amanda Dumfries. I tried to tell myself it was just the situation we were in, and maybe it was, but that didn't change the wanting. Gross. Why? Sorry. Like, that's so unnecessary. So now I don't care if the main guy lives or dies. So I finished this book last night. It was like really late, so I didn't vlog because I didn't want to give my opinion then. But first of course the ending sucked. It's Stephen King. I don't expect anything great from him from an ending because we all know he doesn't know how to write endings. But I just don't know how to rate this book because there are parts in it where I was like so like I couldn't put it down. But like the middle, I'm like, okay, come on, get to the good part. They're in a grocery store. I want to know more. I want to know what happens and all this. And then thrown in were parts where I was so intrigued. But the ending sucks, and you don't really know much. So I might give it 3 stars, but I did enjoy it. So I think you should read this, because I think it's good, but don't expect something great. I just started this book, A House at the Bottom of the Lake by Josh Malerman, the guy who wrote Bird Box. I didn't read much after I said I read The Mist, because I walked my cat. And then I was just kind of lazy. I was like an hour until this reading vlog ends. I gave myself like a week to see how many books I could read, just for my own sake. But so far it's like 2 17-year-olds are on a date on a canoe. It's pretty cute. They're just got butterflies, and then they're like, oh, do I sound stupid? Does she like me? All that. And then they get to like this part of the lake. It's like a third lake, because they're like kind of linked together, and they get like a funny feeling. They think they see like dead fish in the lake, but something's off with the eyes, and then they see a house at the bottom of the lake. And you know they're gonna go in it. I don't understand why. I don't think I would go into it. I like the concept of like a creepy house at the bottom of the lake, and I guess they go in it and see. Kind of cool. Stupid, but cool. I think I'm going to end my reading vlog here. So, like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!